Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you are all fine. I hope you're all doing well, and I welcome you all to the first stream of the season, guys. I know it's a bit late. I know we left it, to the streams, but I'm gonna be here with you for a pretty long time today, answering all your questions, clearing all your doubts, and discussing all there is to discuss. One of the reasons I kind of did not do streams earlier, guys, because making like 50 drafts does not make any difference, because in the end, until you have all the news, until you've seen all the preseason games, you have the data, the community shield has happened. I think this is the best time to kind of start tinkering. Otherwise, you just kind of run yourself psychologically you just wear yourself out, and in the end you have to make your team 1 or 2 days before the season starts. So we're here with a fresh mind, with fresh ideas, and I'm gonna here with you for a long time, answering all your questions, and until I clear all your doubts, I'm still gonna be here. So we've got 13 people watching. I welcome you all, guys. Thank you so much for being with the channel and joining the live stream. Hey Pradeep, Animations, Raghav, FPL Jug, Cohen, Barry, Surfrose, and Joe. Thank you so much for joining the stream, guys. Before I talk about the team, before I talk about all the topics which I need to discuss, let me tell you what is the agenda of today's initiation stream. So this is what I plan to kind of talk about today. So I'm going to talk about game week 1 to game week 8 fixtures, because the team which I'm going to be making, all the discussions that I'm going to be doing today are going to be from game week 1 to game week 8. In game week 8 we have after game week 8, before game week 9 we have a break, an international break, and that is the time when I ideally want to use my wildcard. So I am not looking past game week 8 when I'm making my team. So that is the maximum that we're gonna look ahead to game week 8. Second is, I'm going to discuss captaincy from game week 1 to game week 8. That means who are the best captains and which 2 players, if you have in your team, you will have a great captaincy option from game week 1 to game week 8. So you don't really need to have a 3 premium draft. 2 premiums will be sufficient. Then I'm going to discuss the core of my own team. Then I'm going to discuss the best enablers. And along the way, I'll definitely answer any questions, all the questions which you have for me, right? So this is the basic agenda that we are going to discuss. So what you were seeing earlier, that was my tinkered team. Like, that is nowhere close to my final team, guys. My final team will be revealed close to the game week 1 deadline tomorrow, right? But I'm going to show you my team as well before I start with that. Hey, listen, hope you're fine. So before I start talking about the teams, before I start answering your questions, guys, I just want to walk you through the slides which I've made for the fixtures, for the captaincy, and for the core. So bear with me, just listen to what I have to say, and then I'm gonna be here answering your questions and showing you my own team as well. So here goes, guys. See, this is the official fixture difficulty rating that FPL gives us. This is taken directly from FPL. Now, here, I was not agreeing with some of the ratings, so I've made my own FDR, which I'm going to show you next. So for example, if you see here, Arsenal's away game to Crystal Palace, they've shown as a green fixture, but Crystal Palace was like such a difficult team to play last season at Selhurst Park. So therefore I've kind of changed it a little bit. I tweeted it as well, so if you follow me on Twitter, you already would know. So this I modified according to my own understanding, the preseason games, how the teams have been performing, also how I think about the teams, and I arranged them according to their position last season. So Manchester City came first, so I've put Manchester City first here. And you know, when I made this fixture ticker, after this I assigned numbers to each of the fixture. For example, the gray fixture is 2, the green fixture is 1, the red fixture is 3, and the dark red is 4. And in the end, I added up all the numbers and wanted to see which team has the least difficult fixtures. So I arranged them in terms of ascending order. You can see here, and remember, these are not the official FDR ratings, these are the ratings which I have assigned them manually, looking at the preseason games, looking at everything which I could look at, the stats. So according to me and according to my FDR, Arsenal has the least difficult fixtures from game week 1 to game week 8. Now let's go back and look at Arsenal fixtures and see if this is right. So they've got Crystal Palace away, Leicester, Bournemouth, Fulham, Aston Villa, Manchester United, Everton and Brentford, right? So there's no kind of last season's top 4 teams in here, so therefore there's no red fixture. Yes, Manchester United away could have been a red fixture, but I did not know how they're going to play under Ten Hag. There's a Ronaldo situation developing there, and also Tony Martial is injured, so I prefer to give them a grey rating for now. So Arsenal has the best fixtures according to my FDR, right? The second and the same number comes up for Brighton. Now people are ignoring Brighton assets, guys, right? People are ignoring Brighton assets just because Brighton has one difficult fixture. The first one, against, or you can say the first 2 or 3, they've got some difficult fixtures. But if you see their fixtures from game week 4 onwards, see, here's Brighton. So they've got Manchester United away, then they've got Newcastle, West Ham. Look at the fixtures subsequently. Leeds, Fulham, Bournemouth, Leicester, Crystal Palace. Look at these fixtures. So according to my FDR, Brighton have the second second easiest fixtures along with Arsenal, right? Then comes Liverpool, Brentford, Manchester City and so on. So while picking players, I had to kind of decide the teams from which I actually wanted my players, So for example, look at Chelsea, they've got 16. Look at Manchester United, they've got 17. Newcastle, people are going for, let's say, Trippier or Bruno Guimaraes. Wilson, they've got 17, one of the toughest fixtures. Obviously, Crystal Palace, the Zaha has had such a great pre-season, scoring goals, providing assists, but look at their fixture, 18. So I would obviously stay away from these teams, right? So meanwhile, I think we've got a new member. Abhijit has just become a member. Thank you so much, Abhijit, for becoming a member, my friend. I really, really appreciate it. He says, "Hey Wiz, it's been a while." Hey, my friend. I know it's been a while. This is my first stream of the season. I was intentionally just preparing, doing my analysis, reading the stats, and I always try to reveal my teams close to the season. I just don't see the point in making tens of hundreds of drafts, and in the end, rethinking my entire strategy close to the deadline. So I always want to tinker when I'm right close to the deadline. Hey Shivam, I hope you're fine, my friend. Kohan says my team is yeah, I'm gonna read your team very soon, Kohan. Just bear with me, my friend. Hey George, I hope you're doing well. Really nice to have you here, and thank you so much, Abhijit, for committing to Wiz FPL and becoming a member. I really, really appreciate you. Do send me a message on Twitter. I would add you to the official members group, and there's like some really, really good people there. They'll you can chat FPL and have a pleasant discussion there. Right, guys. So this is what we need to kind of see when we are picking our teams based on the fixtures, right? And now another strategy which is been relatively successful over the years is to target the promoted teams, because the teams are new, especially Bournemouth, guys. Like, I've written 3 teams here: Bournemouth, Fulham and Nottingham. But the number 1 team to target at this moment is Bournemouth. The reason being that their manager, Parker, has been all over the news saying that they did not sign players, they're really short, they've got injuries in defense, whatnot. I mean, he's been all over the place, just saying that they're not ready for the new season. They haven't made any new signings, although I read today they're signing Neto from Barcelona. But anyways, they're still short. So one strategy could be to target these promoted teams. And, the first 5 game weeks, if you have Salah, Haaland and Jesus, you can you can captain a player against a newly promoted team if you own Salah, Haaland and Jesus. So that is another interesting thing to note. For example, in game week 1, Salah plays Fulham. Game week 2, Haaland plays Bournemouth, and which is a very tasty fixture. And I'll talk about it later why I'm choosing to go with Haaland over Harry Kane. I'm going to talk about that in detail. Game week 3, Jesus, if you want to. Obviously, Jesus is not a clear-cut captaincy option because we don't know who's on penalties for Arsenal, right? But against Bournemouth, you can captain him. This is a specific slide which I made just so that you could see that you could captain Salah and Haaland in the first 5 game weeks against the newly promoted teams. And out of those newly promoted teams, we've got 3 fixtures against Bournemouth, right? Nottingham Forest is not that easy, but obviously at the Etihad, Haaland would be a really good captain as well. So another strategy to think about when you're choosing your team is to keep in mind that captaincy is the most important thing in FPL. If you get it right in the first few game weeks, you'll be very good. You'll be set up in a very strong foundation to build from there and kind of take your team further, go for the rank which you want to achieve. So after my stream is over, you can go back, look at these slides, and kind of analyze whichever aspect you want to focus on, right? So another thing, and this is the most important slide of all, which I think this is about the captaincy, right? This is for the first 8 game weeks. Just let me read the comments before I discuss this. Hey Todd, I hope you're fine, my friend. It's so nice to see you, my friend. Don't worry, I haven't discussed much yet, but if you have any doubts, I'm gonna be here with you for a long time. We'll clear the doubts, but really nice to see you, my friend. And I hope you like the new new symbol right next to your name. I put a small star in that. Right, guys. I'm gonna go back to this slide. It's really important. So, guys, here, these are the teams from which we are going to choose our captains. I think over the entire season, there are not many instances where you're going to choose your captain from teams outside the top 6, per se. Maybe once in a while you can think about choosing Vardy or some other players from some other teams, but most of the times you're going to stick with Liverpool, City, Tottenham, Chelsea, Manchester. I mean, to be honest with you, even Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United, they don't really have assets worth captaining. For example, when I think about Chelsea, I'm not even sure who I want to captain from Chelsea. They don't have a talisman per se. You don't want to captain a defender in James. Maybe Mason Mount, but you don't know he's on penalties. You don't feel confident captaining these kinds of players, right? Sterling, I'm not sure how he's going to adapt to Chelsea. So essentially, you're going to stick with the big teams, right? So here, I've listed the captains according to my own understanding, which I think is the best captaincy option, ranked 1, 2, 3, 4 per game week until game week 8. So if you see in game week 1, my number 1 captain is Salah. Salah plays against Fulham away, and my number 2 captain is Kane, who plays Southampton home. I don't want to captain an Arsenal player against Crystal Palace. I don't want to captain a United player against Brighton. Neither do I want to captain a Chelsea player against Everton. Chelsea don't have a really good record against Everton, at Goodison Park. Manchester City, you can think about captaining, but I think Salah, if he plays against a newly promoted team, you don't need to look too far ahead, right? So you obviously, if you have Salah, you're covered for game week 1. ideally, if you have Salah and Kane, you have a chance to make up some good points, even if you don't captain Kane. Right, now in game week 2, Haaland plays against Bournemouth and Salah plays against Crystal Palace at home. Granted that Crystal Palace is a more difficult fixture, but Salah is definitely a captainable option in that game week as well. But I would go for Haaland, and against Bournemouth, a newly promoted team struggling with defenders. They don't have defenders, so so many injuries, and Haaland would be an amazing captaincy option in this game week. If you don't own Haaland, any Manchester City player which you own, for example, you go for KDB, he can be a great captaincy option as well. So when I say Haaland, you can easily swap him, or understand KDB if you own KDB. It's essentially about the team which you want to captain a player from, right? Game week 3 again, Haaland plays Newcastle away, and an outside captaincy option who plays against promoted team. I've marked it in a slight different color, an orangish pinkish tone, which is Bournemouth away. Jesus plays against Bournemouth away, so he's my second favorite captaincy option in game week 3. But keep an eye on the number 1 options, right? So we've got Salah, Haaland. Game week 4, Haaland plays against Crystal Palace at home, which I don't think is the best option, right? So I've placed Haaland on 4th. Number 1 in game week 4 is Salah. By the way, Salah plays against Bournemouth at home in game week 4. Haaland, Bournemouth home, game week 2. Salah, Bournemouth home, game week 4. Salah is the best option. Second best option, Gabriel Jesus plays against Fulham at home. Third best option, Kane, Nottingham Forest away. Fourth best option is Haaland, who plays against Crystal Palace. So essentially, game week 4 has got abundant options. Game week 4 is going to have massive scores. I can see it right now, But if you have Salah, your captaincy is covered, guys. Game week 5, Haaland plays against Aston Villa away. He plays against Nottingham Forest at home, and Salah plays against Newcastle at home. I've gone for Haaland at number 1 and Salah at number 2. But some of you might disagree. Some of you might want to go with Salah, and I totally agree with you. In the end, it is between Haaland and Salah itself, right? Or KDB. If you own KDB, it's between KDB and Salah. Whichever player you own from Manchester City, I mean, right? So game week 6 is the only game week in which neither out of Haaland, KDB or Salah is the best captaincy option. Game week 6, Harry Kane plays against Fulham at home, right? And in the same game week, Salah plays Everton away, and as you already know, Salah has a great record against Everton. So even if he plays Everton away and Harry Kane plays Fulham home, we can't say that Salah is not a captaincy material in game week 6, but I've placed him on number 2, right? Again, game week 7, no other options are good captaincy material in game week 7, right? Chelsea, they play Fulham away, but as I already told you, I don't know who to captain from Chelsea. I don't know whether to captain Sterling, to captain Mount, Kai Havertz. I don't know who's going to play, who's not going to play, right? So Salah is the only captaincy option for me in game week 7. Wolves at home, right? Game week 8, we've got Wolves away for Haaland. Maybe not the best fixture. And the second best fixture, which I think is Leeds at home. Again, from Manchester United, I'm not sure who to captain. Ronaldo, we don't know if Ronaldo's going to stay or not. Martial, we just heard the news that he's suffered a hamstring injury. He's not going to be starting. He was doing really well in pre-season. So I've just written Fernandes here, but you can replace him with whichever one from United you want. But this is not what I want you to focus on. Focus on these orange tabs or yellowish orange tabs. Salah, Haaland, Salah, Haaland, Salah, Haaland. If you have 2 premiums in Salah and Haaland, you're essentially covered for captaincy for the first 8 game weeks. Now, again, Haaland can be KDB. You don't have to go with Haaland. You can easily go with KDB and Salah. KDB just costs, I think $500,000 more than Haaland. Essentially, if you own one Manchester City premium and 1 Liverpool premium. You are covered for captaincy for the first 8 game weeks. This in itself is is the thing which is swaying me for going towards Haaland. The second thing, why I want to go for Haaland over Kane, because I know this is going to be the major question everybody's going to ask. Why Haaland? Why not Kane? Why not Son? All of them are good options, guys. The thing is, we have to find a balance. There is no point in making a 3 premium draft and just putting all your funds in 3 players and then weakening your team in other positions. That's not how we want to start the season, right? Some people are talking about another possibility. They are saying that we're gonna get Kane in game week 1 and in game week 2 we're gonna transfer out Kane and get Haaland. I personally don't like to book a transfer at the start of the season before. So it's essentially you're booking a transfer for game week 2 even before the season has started, because Harry Kane plays Chelsea away in game week 2. Heung-min Son, Harry Kane, they both play Chelsea away. Not an easy fixture. So they're thinking, okay, we'll get Harry Kane for Southampton and after that we're going to move to Haaland. Okay, but remember, you only get 33 transfers over the season. If you're already booking transfers, in my personal opinion, it's not the right way. And who says that Haaland cannot score against West Ham United away? So you have to make up your mind. I just showed you this because this is my reason for going with Haaland and not with Kane, right? I still might change, tinkering going on. Maybe I'll find a way to squeeze Son in my team or something like that. But this is my reasoning. I always look at captaincy first because in my humble opinion, captaincy is the foremost important thing in FPL. You get your captaincy right, I don't think you'll have a bad game week. You might have an average game week, but you will never have a bad game week if you get your captain nailed on or if you get your captain right? So this was a very important slide, guys. After my stream is over, come back, visit this, listen to it again. Let me read the comments. Lee says, hi Mr. Wiz, nice to see you again. Hey Lee, thank you so much for being here, my friend. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. FPL Aiden says, hello FPL Wizard, just finished preseason training, absolutely blowing what we are saying about Gabriel, the centre back from Arsenal. But hey my friend, I hope you're doing fine. Aiden, I want to talk about Gabriel. The thing is, Arsenal play the first fixture against Crystal Palace, the second against Leicester, and the third against Bournemouth, right? 3 teams, even the 4th against Fulham. 4 teams who are really not good at defending set pieces. Crystal Palace and Leicester, the 2 teams which conceded the most goals from set pieces last season, right? Bournemouth is a team which don't have defenders. They've got defenders signed from like 3rd tiers and 2nd tiers. This is the reason why Gabriel makes sense to me. I have had him in my drafts, and the reason being, it's very simple, guys. Crystal Palace concede a lot of goals to set pieces. Leicester concede a lot of goals. Last season they conceded a lot of goals to set pieces as well, right? Bournemouth, they don't have defenders. They concede a lot of goals to set pieces. So if Gabriel keeps a clean sheet and he on the offside, on the off he scores a goal from a set piece, he can be on for a massive haul. And that is the reason I think people want to go for Gabriel in place of Ramsdale. Fadzali says, wait, you're going with Gabriel too? No, I'm not going with Gabriel actually. Right now, I still have Ramsdale in my team, but I've been thinking about Gabriel. It actually makes sense to me, especially because of the set piece vulnerability of Crystal Palace, Leicester, and Bournemouth. Fulham are not great at defending set pieces, but let's just keep Fulham out of the equation. First 3 game weeks, you play a team not good at defending set pieces. All 3 teams, Crystal Palace, Leicester and Bournemouth. Why would you choose Ramsdale over Gabriel? Just thinking about that. It just makes more sense to me. No worries, FPL Aiden, my pleasure. So guys, this is the thing, the entire thing which I wanted to discuss about captaincy. So if you got Salah and Haaland, you're covered for captaincy for the first 8 game weeks. Only one game week 6, Kane has got a better fixture than Salah and Haaland, but one game week, and in that game week Salah plays against Everton, which is easily captainable in my opinion, right? Now this was all about the captaincy. This is a journal matrix which shows you all the good teams with good fixtures. That means when I'm picking my team, I will not go outside of these teams for my 15 players. I'm not gonna pick players from Fulham. I'm not gonna pick players from Bournemouth. I might pick an enabler 4 million Nico Williams from Nottingham Forest, but my playing players will never come from these teams, the teams which are outside this list, right? So these are the only teams which I'm going to be considering for selecting my playing 11 essentially. So this is another slide which you might find handy. Just keep it, and we can I'm gonna come back to this when I discuss my my team, right? So this was this is all about the slides. Now I want to head over to Twitter, and I'm going to show you something, guys. This is my Twitter, by the way. You don't follow me on Twitter. I'm not sure why FPL Jack said I'm coming. Let me like his. Just give me a second here, guys. I want to show you something. One news today, guys, is Cesar Azpilicueta has signed a 2-year deal to keep him at Chelsea. People were talking about Koulibaly playing right centre back, Cucurella playing left centre back. Azpilicueta signing for Chelsea for 2 more years is really good news for those people who want to have Reece James in their team, because if Azpilicueta is at Chelsea, he will be playing right centre back. As I said, if you look at my tweet, Reece James locked at right wing back, right? So this is really great news, right? Chelsea want to sign Wesley Fofana, 4.5 million defender. If they sign, it's going to be a good one. This I already showed you the slide, right? Yeah, this is a good one which I wanted to show you guys. So Salah has scored in every one of his opening weekend fixtures in 5 seasons at Liverpool, averaging 13.6 FPL points per game. So if anybody is thinking about captaining Kane, captaining Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, or somebody else, I would really like you to see this. Look at Kane average points in the first game week from the last since 2017-18. I mean, this is insane, guys. Salah scores 13.6 points per game every year in the first match. If you take the average for the last 5 years, 13.6 points. So don't even think about not captaining Salah. Just keep it simple. Don't look at Kevin De Bruyne, 2.8, Son 3.5, 4.3, Sterling 7.3, Vardy 7.8, Salah 13.6. It's on a different planet altogether, guys. This FPL tips tweet I retweeted as well. I really appreciated this piece of information for myself. Right. Now, I've written some threads here. Son versus Kane. Which Spurs premium is better? I don't give you the answers, but I show you a lot of stats, in which I'd just like to take you straight to the 90-minute stats, guys, right? Here. So Harry Kane dominates each and every stat as compared to Son, except the goal scored. So Son is just such a clinical finisher. Otherwise, Harry Kane has got more expected goals per 90 minutes. He's got more shots per 90 minutes. Shots on target, shots in the box, expected assists. The only thing which Son gets more than Harry Kane is goals. That means is, even if he gets an less XG chance, Son converts that. So Son gets 1 more point for every goal. Son gets one point for a clean sheet. Harry Kane does not. So if you're confused between Son and Kane, I think Son's the man to go for, honestly. Now another thing which I tweeted, which I wanted to show you, is Robertson with and without Luis Diaz, right? So People might think that Robertson's performance without Diaz would be better, and with Diaz it would be worse, right? But if you look at the stats per 90 minutes, as I've written here, it tells a very interesting story. When Robertson played with Diaz, he had much more of a goal threat. This is the analysis, guys. This is what the analysis tells us. Technically, we'd like to think if Diaz plays ahead of Robertson, Robertson would be bogged down, he'd stay back. But the stats say whenever Robertson played with Diaz, he had more goal threat. Look, with Diaz, 0.23 goals per 90 minutes. Without Diaz, 0.05. Expected goals, 0.1. Here, 0.05. Almost a difference of half. More shots on target, more shots in the box. This means Luis Diaz plays more like an inverted winger. He goes inside. It gives the Robertson the chance to overlap and sometimes to come inside and cut inside. But Luis Diaz sometimes, stands wide, attracts the player towards him, the defender, the right back, and allows Robertson to go inside as well. So if you're confused between Robertson and Diaz, you have to see this, that with Diaz, Robertson has more goal threat. Without Diaz, Robertson has more assist potential, but lesser goal threat. So if I had to choose between the two, I think Robertson makes more sense for me over Luis Diaz. You might be confused over this. Right, so, and this was another thread I wrote between Reece James and Ben Chilwell. I don't think this is needed now because Ben Chilwell is not fit. Chelsea wants to sign Cucurella. They're looking to, sign more players. So I don't think this thread is relevant. But another thread which is relevant. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm not answering your comments. I know you might be commenting. Just give me a moment to get through this. Guys, if you don't follow FPL Focal, Do is a former number one. He stayed on number one for such a long time. And he's doing really good videos on YouTube as well. Just wanted to show one of his tweets, which I found really helpful, and you might as well. Yeah. So these are the preseason results, guys. Let's look at all the teams and how they did in preseason. FPL Focal has presented a beautiful summary for all of us to use. So if you don't follow him on Twitter, do follow him, and do follow his YouTube channel as well. So you see, Hesse scored 7 goals, 1 assist. Nketiah scored 5 goals, 4 assists. Martinelli 1 goal, 5 assists. Saka 4 goals, 1 assist. I know everybody's got Martinelli in their team. He just got 1 goal and 5 assists. Saka, on the other hand, got 4 goals and 1 assist. SS obviously got 7 goals and 1 assist. He's hit the ground running for Arsenal. Arsenal have been looking razor sharp in preseason, guys. I've watched all of the games. I'm an Arsenal fan, so I can tell you that. Aston Villa. Look who scored the most goals. Not Watkins, not Danny Ings, not Coutinho. Leon Bailey. 3 goals, 2 assists. He's looked absolutely sharp in preseason. There was a game against United. He came on and he changed the game. United were dominating the game. Leon Bailey came on. He absolutely dominated that game. And scored a beautiful goal as well. So 3 goals and 2 assists for a 5 million Leon Bailey, guys. Just keep this in mind when you're picking your teams. From Bournemouth, not really interested, but Solanke, right, scored 2 goals, 6 million forward. If anybody's interested, I'm not interested. Brentford, Mbumo, 3 goals. Again, Mbumo's trying to lure us into getting him. Although we all know Ivan Toney was the better option last season. But really, I don't want to go with anybody from Brentford as of now. They've got some tough opening fixtures, but after the first 2 or 3, their fixtures become better. And they've signed Mikkel Damsgaard. Is from, I think he's a Danish player. He's really a good player, so let's see how he gels into the team, because Christian Eriksen leaving might have a negative impact on Brentford. Right, I think this tweet is over. Let's move on to Manchester City. De Bruyne 2 goals, Haaland 1 goal. He scored against Bayern München, and Alvarez 1 goal, Grealish 1 assist, Mahrez 1 assist, Foden nothing. So nothing much to note here. We already know what's going on. Manchester United, Martial, as I already told you, he was absolutely great form preseason, doing well. Ronaldo did not take part in much of the preseason, just played I think one game against Rayo Vallecano. Sancho was looking really good as well, sharp, but he got ill. Reports are that Sancho is fine, but you have to be careful with Sancho. But at 7.5 million, he was looking like a really good option. Rashford, currently I've put him in my team. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more when I open my team, but I have put him in my team because of the fact that Martial is injured. Ronaldo doesn't really want to be at Manchester United, so we might have a 6.5 million Rashford playing as a striker, a midfielder playing as a striker for the first 1, 2, 3 games, who knows, So I was thinking to take a punt on Rashford. That might change before tomorrow, but you need to know that United don't have a striker at this moment in time. Ronaldo is injured. Ronaldo wants to leave. Martial is injured, and Rashford could very well have a good chance. Moving on, Newcastle, Almiron 6 goals, 2 assists. He's absolutely on fire in the preseason. Many of Newcastle fans have been bigging him up. They're saying this is his season. He's looking absolutely sharp, and and Trippier got 3 assists as well. So many of you are looking at him as well, but at 5 million I think you got better options, but obviously Trippier is a good option. Not really know how Newcastle gonna set up, how they're gonna play. They absolutely changed their entire fortunes at the end of the last season when they were in the relegation battle, but they signed Bruno Guimaraes. Wilson came back from injury, and they saved themselves from relegation very easily later on. Nottingham Forest, not interested. Sorry if any of you is a Nottingham fan, but let me see. Let's look at Southampton. I'm not interested in Southampton assets, guys. They've got really tough fixtures at the start of the season, but if you want to have a look, Adam Armstrong 2 goals, Ward-Prowse 1 goal. Stuart Armstrong has played out of position. That's fine, but not really interested in Southampton. Look at Tottenham. So Harry Kane was doing really well in pre-season. Scored some really wonderful goals as well. It's not like they were like tap-ins, one or two goals were like from outside the box. Really good shots, curlers and stuff. So Kane was looking sharp in pre-season. Have to grant him that. Just that, over the first 8 fixtures, I feel that Haaland has got the better fixtures, plays a lot of good fixtures at home, and I just, hope he gets going. Son scored 2 goals and 4 assists in preseason. Perisic started in Tottenham's final game, didn't complete the game, but looked very, very good. Perisic looked very good, and he's played under Conte in Inter Milan as well, Ivan Perisic. West Ham, not interested. They've got European troubles. They're already a paper-thin defense. Ogbonna coming back from ACL injury. Not sure who Zuma's going to partner. Maybe it's going to be Dawson. But game week 1 fixture against Manchester City is going to be tough for West Ham United, I feel. So not interested in getting any of their players. Maybe, Sofal was the one which 4.5 million was attractive, but their fixtures are not, really conducive to getting their players. Wolves, you already know, guys. Everybody's currently has NATO in their teams. The main reason, if you don't know, if you've not been following preseason, guys, is because Jimenez is injured, and NATO is kind of, playing more up top, scoring more goals, and has more responsibilities. So 5.5 million NATO. Wolves have got a decent start to the season. Fixtures not that bad, so that is the reason people going for NATO. You can definitely think about Podence as well, but personally, I prefer NATO. So I hope we covered most of the teams: Manchester City, Newcastle, Brentford, Lampard. Just give me a second, guys. I think I missed one or two. Yeah, Brighton. So, guys, Brighton have had a very good pre-season. At the end of last season, if you were following Brighton, you would have noticed that Leandro Trossard started to play at left wing back. He started to play as a left wing back, and his attacking returns from left wing back were actually really good, and he's continued that in pre-season. Leandro Trossard is still playing at left wing back, and as you can see, he scored 3 goals and 1 assist, Leandro Trossard. So you have to keep in mind, although it's not an option at the start of the season, but after game week 3, I think you can really consider Trossard as an option, because they have some, like, from game week 4 to game week 8, Brighton's fixtures are very good. Chelsea, nothing much to say. They kept conceding goals in pre-season. Just not really convincing. They didn't have a fixed team. Mount scored 2 goals, Sterling 1 goal. James got 1 assist and scored an own goal as well. So, yeah, for all of us who want to get him in their teams, he did score 1 goal, but unfortunately it was an own goal. Look at Zaha, guys. I mean, I already discussed that I would love to get a player like Zaha in my team, but at the start of the season, his fixtures are like absolutely horrendous. So it's not that he can't score. He's the type of player who can score against anyone, but we have to play the game of probabilities. So but at 7 million, he could be really good. He scored 5 goals and 3 assists in pre-season, and other than that, nothing much of note here. Palace, Everton, again, don't want to get anybody. Calvert-Lewin again can't stay fit for some reason. They were in a relegation battle last season. They saved themselves at the end. Frank Lampard, their manager, but they've sold Richarlison, their talisman, who actually dug them out of that hole. They've sold him. So I am a little bit concerned about Everton, guys. I mean, Dominic Calvert-Lewin injured. Who is going to play striker for them? I don't know, Dele Alli or Salomon Rondon. I have no idea. But Everton, I'm a little bit concerned for Everton. They haven't signed too well either. They've been linked with Idrissa Gana Gueye, but I'm not sure if that's going to go through. But I would be concerned about them. They did sign Dwight McNeil though, and he scored a couple of goals, including 1 header. And Patterson, 4 million right back, got 2 assists. So yeah, you can have a look at Patterson in place of Nico Williams if you want. Fulham, not interested. Mitrovic, obviously the one always amongst the goals, but just in the Premier League, just can't score that many. Nobody of interest to me. I mean, in Leeds, you can see Rodrigo has been playing really close to the striker. He's been playing really well, and even Bamford, when he came back, and he's been doing really well. So Leeds could be a bit of a surprise package. Although people feel that with Rafinha leaving, they're going to struggle with Marcelo Bielsa also gone, and Jesse Marsch saved them at the end of the season from relegation. And they're struggling with injuries as well. Stuart Dallas, Luke Ayling, a couple of others injured as well. And their defensive midfielder is gone to Manchester City. The name skipped my mind. A very important player in their team. I don't know how I got his name. Anyways, so 5 goals for Rodrigo, guys. Keep an eye on Rodrigo, I'm telling you. Keep an eye on Rodrigo. Leicester is absolutely in shambles. Not signing any players. Kasper Schmeichel leaving their club. They have just 4 million goalkeepers left. So I mean, some people are thinking to go with Ward and Iverson. I don't think that's the right strategy to go with, Not even sure. Newcastle wants Maddison. They've been bidding for him 40 million, 42 million. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with Leicester, but at the start of the season, Pat Sandaka scored 3 goals. Ademola Lookman has left already. So not really interested in the Leicester assets. Some people might be interested in Vardy. Obviously, their opening 3 fixtures are good, but I currently am not looking at any of their players. James Justin was interesting, 4.5 million, but again, not right now. Maybe later. Liverpool, you already know, had a good preseason. Darwin Núñez, their new striker, their shiny new striker, scored 5 goals. But I was listening to Planet FPL pod yesterday. I listened to all their correspondents. They do like 1 hour interviews with all of their 20 interviews with all of the correspondents of the clubs. So I was listening to the Liverpool interview yesterday, and I failed to remember the name of the correspondent, but what he was saying is that he doesn't expect Darwin Núñez to start the season for Liverpool. He expects Firmino to start as a striker and Darwin Núñez to be slowly eased into the team. So take that with a pinch of salt, guys, because nobody actually knows what's happening. But the correspondent, who's a fan who follows the club, he doesn't feel confident about Darwin Núñez starting, But he got 5 goals in preseason. Salah again looked razor sharp in the Community Shield, 3 goals, 1 assist. Alexander-Arnold, 1 goal. He scored the goal in the Shield, albeit from a deflection. Diaz just 1 assist. Robertson 1 assist. Nothing much to say here. This we've covered, and this week I think we've covered most of the teams, guys. Yeah, we've covered all of the teams. In fact, I think, yeah. So this is all, guys. Do follow FPL Focal. As you can already see, he does really good work on his channel. And if you haven't followed him, you do follow him. And if you haven't followed me, I'd really appreciate if you follow me as well. So that was all the monologue that I wanted to show you guys. A very long kind of discussion that we've gone over, but I think it was important to get through all these facts and stuff so that you can make your informed decisions. Now I'm gonna open my team. There you go. There you go. Now let me read the comments as well, guys. I'm so sorry. Hey, Nehal is here. I was just talking when he came here. Nehal says, sorry Viz, I got late. No problems, my friend. You're welcome. Bailey looking so dangerous. Absolutely. FPL Focal with Dean and Luis Diaz instead of Robo. Abu Bakr said Villa defense is a no-go. I don't know who to trust. Fadzali, don't use these people to make your drafts. Make your own draft. Use the information that they provide. They're like, as they know as much as you do at this moment in time. Nobody knows how the season, which player is gonna start the season how, right? So at this moment in time, there's no point in copying other people's drafts. It's just go with your own instinct, And if your instinct leads you to the template, I don't think that's a bad idea either. Josh says, hey man, is there a way you could rate my FPL team? Definitely, Josh, no problem. You can share it, I'll rate it. But this says, so Everton want to sign guy back. Pretty sure he went he went to PSG. They want to sign him back. Calvin Phillips says, Nihal, yeah, that's the name. I don't know how it skipped my mind. This chat box is for some reason not acting correctly. Let me see if I can fix it, guys. Just give me a second here. Hopefully I can fix it. Why are there 2 chats here? There you go. Yeah, I think it should be fixed now, guys. Alright, so Neil says, but Viz, that was before the Community Shield game. Pinch of salt, that one. That is true. That is true, my friend. Yeah, but to be honest with you, still, the Liverpool fans do not seem confident about Darwin Núñez. They feel that and the comments by Klopp and by Virgil van Dijk as well during that conference. It just doesn't fill me with confidence. I was thinking after the Community Shield, I was thinking, wow, Darwin Núñez looks really dangerous. I should go for him. But to be honest with you, the comments coming out from Liverpool makes me feel that he's not fully inducted into the system right now. So, and they're gonna ease him in rather than throw him into the, right from the start, as City are gonna do with Haaland, right? So yeah. FPL Duck says, please give a like to the stream. Thank you so much, my friend. Fadli, I am possibly going to go with Robo. It's just, again, I was tinkering while I came online. So I decided I should not just make a team for the stream. I should show you my latest tinker, where I am at this moment. You can see that I put Rashford in. There's no Bailey in my team, and I want Bailey against Bournemouth. So things are currently up in the air now, but don't worry, we're going to discuss that. I'm gonna come to that. Kohan, I'll rate your team, definitely. Share your team here, I'll rate your team, bro. No problem at all. Shivam says my team, Martinez, Darlow. I don't like both those keepers, my friend. Sorry to say, but I don't like those keepers. Cancelo is good. Zinchenko is okay. Martinez, Phillips, bro. Honestly, I don't know what's going on here. Phillips, Hayden, Sancho, Salah, Rodri, Son, Ward-Prowse, Haaland, Taylor, Edward. Shivam, I don't know what to say about this team, to be honest with you. This is a very different team to what I actually have in mind. I would advise you to watch a video which I made on my channel. It's called How to Make the Best FPL Team for Game Week 1. There I've gone over a step-by-step procedure which can help you to make your team. Remember, defensive midfielders are not really useful. Same as center backs. You always should go with the attacking midfielders and wing backs rather than full backs. It's just the basic rule of FPL. I hope you understand, but personally not liking this team too much, bro. Just don't take it personally, but I'm not liking this team too much at this moment in time. Maybe so if you can explain your thought process behind this, the picks a little bit better, I might be able to help you. But I'm not able to understand why you selected these players. So just take what I say with a pinch of salt and just tell me what. Just a second, guys. Mother says hello. Hey, my friend. I hope you're fine. Wes, Ederson, Gabriel, or Ramsdale, Walker? Ederson and Gabriel, I think I like better than Ramsdale and Walker. Yeah, I think like the thing is, there's not gonna be much between them, But with Ederson and Gabriel, I think you're safe from the Pep Rule as well, and you get Gabriel for those first 3 games which I talked about. It's not about the hype of the aerial threat of Gabriel. He does score some goals. You remember last season? I think he scored against Leicester itself, Gabriel. Leicester are so bad from defending set pieces, and with Wesley Fofana, Chelsea bidding for Wesley Fofana soon. Leicester don't have really good defenders, my friend. And there is a chance if they concede to set pieces, Gabriel could be on the end of one. But just to pick Gabriel on that fact is not a right attitude. If you want to have an Arsenal defender, then rather than Ramsdale, having Gabriel makes sense to me. So Leicester is bad at defending set pieces. Crystal Palace is bad at defending set pieces. Even the next game, Bournemouth is bad at defending set pieces. So 3 matches you get, and if Gabriel scores 1 goal and keeps 1 clean sheet in 1 game, that's like a 15-pointer for you right there, bro. Surfrost says, sorry, Subavan says, hey man, can you rate my team? Yes, Subavan, definitely can rate your team, my friend, no problem. Just share your team, I'll rate it. Surfrost says, Saka, Jesus, Martinelli, Arteta should feel good. Absolutely. I'm feeling good as an Arsenal fan. I've watched the preseason. They've looked really, really sharp, my friend. Oh, absolutely sharp. The thing is, if I knew who was on penalties for Arsenal, I would definitely get that. The problem here is that Arsenal, until now, the people who won the penalty have taken the penalty. So it's not that Saka is on penalties or Gabriel Jesus is on penalties, Martinelli is on penalties. The person who won the penalty takes the penalty. So until and unless Arteta comes out and clarifies, we are just speculating here. Torreira to Galatasaray. Yep, Torreira's been linked to Galatasaray since the last 2 days. He has to go. I don't think Arteta is going to play him anyway, so... Shivam says, just wanted to keep the starters. Cancelo, Zinchenko, Martinez, all mids. Haaland. Martinez in Manchester United is not a midfielder, Shivam. He's a central defender. Martinez. Zinchenko for Arsenal might play in central midfield later in the season. Right now, Tierney is injured, so Zinchenko will be playing left back. Haaland is fine, Edward is fine as well. But Edward has some really tough fixtures at the start of the season. But Zinchenko and Martinez are going to play as defenders at the start of the season. Same as Cancelo. Cancelo's going to play left back for City. Walker's going to play right back. FPL Jack says, Wiz, if you had to go for only one of Bay and Neto, which would you go for? I would go for Neto if I had to go for one. Because Bailey, I'm not sure if he's nailed on. If he has 1 or 2 bad games, I think he's going to get dropped. Bailey. But Neto, I don't think he's going to get dropped. Raghav says, hi Wiz, please rate my team. Definitely, my friend. Ramsdale, Trent, Robertson, Cancelo, James, Perisic. Very, very good. Very template, but very good. Salah, Martinelli, Bailey, Haaland. There's just 3. Okay. So Salah, Martinelli, Bailey, good like that. Haaland, Jesus, bench. It's very good team. It's the template team, Raghav, and I like that a lot. I possibly have the similar kind of a team by the start of GW1 tomorrow. So yep, very good. I'd say it's Andreas. Ward, yeah, it's a 9 out of 10. It's a really good team. No problems there at all. Sub1 says Martinez, Cash. I mean, Martinez and Cash. Come on, it's 2 defenders from Aston Villa. I wouldn't. Trent, James, Trippier, fine. Salah, Son, Rashford, Sancho. Rashford and Sancho both no, not for me. Watkins, you must be an Aston Villa fan, bro. I mean, you put Martinez and Cash and Watkins. I think, and you didn't put Bay in there. Bailey has been their most influential and dangerous player. I would advise you to take one out of Martinez and Cash out, put somebody like Ramsdale, and then replace Rashford or Sancho with Bailey. So you'll give you some extra money as well, and give you some flexibility in the team. FPLAB says, hey FPLAB, welcome my friend. Nice to have you here. Guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please hit like. I'm gonna be answering all your questions now. I've done with my monologue, by the way. Let me have a drink of water. Right. So, best 5 million defender. Trippier, Walker, Dean, Cash. FPLAB, the thing is, they're all similar in their potential. I think they're all 130 to 150 point defenders. There's not going to be much between them. So, I mean, Cucurella, if he goes to Chelsea, 5 million, looking like a really good option. But other than that, I'd say, the thing with going with Walker is, these days he offers very limited upside potential. Let me let me just show you something, guys. Just for your information. Walker. And I was very surprised when I saw this as well. Look at history of Kyle Walker. Ever since he was playing for Tottenham, what are the maximum points that he's scored in one season? What are the maximum points he scored in one season? 150. That's it. This is the ceiling of this player. Even playing for Manchester City, playing most of the games, over 2,500 minutes, still not points. So the potential is limited. I tell you, with Kyle Walker. Don't think of him as an attacking fullback. He mostly tucks in with the centre backs and helps make a back three, especially during the counters. So as I said, he's got limited upside. Does Kyle Walker? Which player to get, that you have to decide yourself, but I can tell you which player not to get. I think that's better. Let me just go to pick team. Guys, I'll answer a couple of more questions, and then I'll tell you how to build your FPL team, starting step by step, so that you understand the process, and when you kind of finalize your team tomorrow, you should know how to build your team. I'll talk about it soon. Kohan says, can you scroll up to my team? Yeah, definitely. If I can find it, Kohan. Where is your team? I'm sorry, I can't. Kohan, can you post it again, bro? For some reason, I'm not able to find it. I'm sorry, I'm not able to find it, Kohan. If you can share it again, bro. Someone says, Captain, not sure, maybe Son for game week 1, form 442. Someone I discussed a lot of detail my reasons for captaining Salah in game week 1. Son is an equally good option, a very good option, but he's not on penalties, so I can't say he's the best option, but he's a good option. Shivam says, thank you, sir, will implement the changes as suggested. Shivam, just call me Viz. No need to call me sir. Just call me Viz, and definitely watch the video. I shared that video on my Twitter as well, and if you have any issues after watching the video, just write a comment, write to me on Twitter, and I'll help you. Don't worry, I'll be here for the deadline stream as well. We'll make sure you have the best team to start the season. You don't need to worry about that. Todd says, Shivam, I tried making a good 3 premium team and I gave up. The only way, Todd, you can make a good 3 premium team is if you drop Trent Alexander-Arnold or Gabriel Jesus. Other than that, there is no chance you'll make a 3 premium team and settle there. I don't think it's gonna work. Anis says, hey Wiz, what do you think about Aronson Leeds? I mean, Aronson is fine, to be honest with you, Anis, and Almiron, again, they're both preseason players. They have good preseason form, and therefore people are talking about them, and rightly so. But I think they're better options currently. Rodrigo, I like Rodrigo from Leeds more than Aronson, and Almiron is fine if you want to go there, but Newcastle doesn't have the best fixtures to start the season, so it's subjective. Nahal says, also one thing to note, don't make your teams only for game week 1, make it for a block fixtures 1 to 8. That's the most important thing, guys. And I've discussed that, with you when I was discussing captaincy. If you look at game week 1, then I think all of us should go with Kane and not with Haaland. But if you look over the entire block of fixtures, the batch of fixtures, game week 1 to game week 8, then according to my strategy, my team, Haaland makes more sense, or a Manchester City premium makes more sense to me. Todd says, Nihal, I hope you're fine. It's good to have you in chat, the wise one. Nice. Sim says, Sanchez, Ward, that's fine. Nico Williams, Perisic. By the way, Perisic has been, Conte has been speaking something about Perisic struggling to be fit for a game because something of the sort. I was reading a little bit before coming on the stream, so be careful. Valerie, I don't like that defense. Honestly, my friend, I'm not saying I don't want to tell you to make your team look like mine, but honestly, I think you can do better than Valerie and Ben Me. You know, uh, somebody like Lewis Dunk would be really good. Fixtures are good, especially starting from game week 4 to game week 8. They're really good fixtures. Ben Mee is new in that Newcastle team. Not even sure how he's gonna fit in. Sorry. In that. Sorry, I kind of slipped my mind. Just a second. Which team did he actually go to? Yeah, went to Brentford. Oh my god, sorry. I think I've been talking yeah, he went to Brentford. So basically Ben Mee, Brentford, Leicester first fixture. Their fixtures become better after a couple of game weeks, but he's just new there. It takes a time to settle in the new club, right? So in my opinion, Valerie and Mee can be replaced. Sanchez is fine. Nico Williams, Perisic, again you need to keep an eye out for news from the Spurs camp whether he's going to be able to play in game week 1 or not. But long term Perisic can be good. For game week 1 I'm not so sure anymore. Kane, Jesus is fine. Salah, Son. I mean, you've got Salah, Son, Kane. I mean, if you want to go with Salah and Son, I'd possibly go with Haaland, Sancho, Andreas, Bay. It looks like an okay team, my friend. But you're missing some of the players for 6 million who can give you 150, 160 odd points for the season. Cancelo's and James. So you think about it. James is nowhere close to essential, but Cancelo, I mean a Manchester City player. For example, your team doesn't have a Manchester City player. You might be a Manchester United fan, but try to keep FPL separate from your team, bro. Hey Mihir, I hope you're fine, bro. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Neil says, Todd, hello, a bit under the weather today, but all well. Hope all is well with you. Strapper says, I'm going to miss Sadio Mane. It was just too good. Koi Mane na Mane. Mane was absolutely amazing. The thing is, he got overshadowed by Salah a lot. I don't think Luis Diaz at this moment in time can replicate the attacking output that Mane gave. Mane was the kind of player who could actually turn the game on its head by himself. Pick the ball up, make runs, make something happen. Luis Diaz is good. And he'll take some time to gel into this Liverpool team. Not sure if he's going to be able to produce the same returns as Mane in his first season or the first half of the season. FPL Sam says, hello, it's back tomorrow. Hey FPL Sam, I hope you are doing well, bro. Can't wait for FPL to start. Yeah, very excited. Although I might not sound excited because I had a very long monologue of around 50 minutes. But very excited. Need to do more research. This is not my final team, not even close to being my final team. Need to do more research, but very excited for FPL to come back. So Cohen has finally posted his team and let's have a look. Goalkeeper Sanchez, Ward, Trent, Cancelo, James, Robertson, Nico Williams. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's good. So you don't. Yeah, got it. Midfield is Salah, Saka, Neto, Bailey, and Andreas. That looks good to me. Yeah, you've gone with Saka in place of from Martinelli, and you downgraded. Yeah, I mean you went with Nico Williams and Saka. That's fine. Haaland. That's very good team, my friend. Nothing not to like about the team. Very good. Yep, very good team. Cohen. I would make no changes in that team. Sim says, lol, not a Manchester United fan. I get burned by City players a lot, and Kane ain't a fixture yet. I go back and forth again. Sim, my again, I explained in a lot of detail why I'm going with Haaland in place of Kane, but you can't go wrong there. You go with Haaland. For example, Kane plays against Southampton in game week 1, but he plays against Chelsea in game week 2. Haaland plays against West Ham in game week 1 and plays against Bournemouth in game week 2 at the Etihad Stadium. In the first 2 game weeks, if we add their points, who scores more points? Now think about that in the first 8 game weeks, who score more points, and that is the player you want. You can't chop and change your team lots of time. So, and don't book your transfers beforehand. You have to kind of weigh your options and choose the one which in the long term is the better one. Matthias says, hey Wiz, only have a few minutes, we'll be there tomorrow. Hey Matthias, I hope you're fine, bro. No problem. I'm gonna look forward to having you here tomorrow, Matthias. Todd says, Sabavan, I like your team. I currently have no Villa players. Will you swap out Watkins around game week 4? The thing is, Watkins, I know why you want to put more Villa players, because they're playing Bournemouth in game week 1. On paper, like, one fixture is good, but Aston Villa, Watkins, they haven't looked that sharp, Even against Manchester United, Bailly was the one who came on and actually changed the game, Leon Bailey. Before that, they weren't able to get on the ball at all. I think 1 Aston Villa player is enough. 2 are okay, but 3 I think is a bit much. What do you make of Conte's comments? But I need to actually analyze in detail. I was actually preparing for the stream when I actually read Conte's interview. So I was not able to process it properly because I was actually more focused on the content I was going to narrate on the stream, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to go back and read those statements again. Will Ryan Aït-Nouri start? I think he should. The thing is, with Ruben Vinagre now gone, they've got Johnny who plays on the left, and they've got Aït-Nouri. I think he should start. How many minutes has he played in the preseason, Aït-Nouri? Yes, Semedo is injured. If Semedo is injured, then Johnny can play on the right, and Aït-Nouri, because Aït-Nouri, I've seen him in preseason games in the highlights I've watched, so he has been playing. But the thing is, Raghav, you should go for the player which you feel is going to be nailed on for the long haul, for the long term, not only for a certain number of game weeks. Always go with the player which you feel is more nailed on. But yeah, I mean, he's a good option, Aït-Nouri. Why not? At 4.5 million, you have options like Dunk, which I really like, and even James Justin, but Leicester are absolutely shambles at the moment. Otherwise, he was a good option too. I really like Lewis Dunk from Brighton, to be honest with you. Especially starting game week 4, his fixtures will give you some points, definitely there. Nail says, also my decision to go with Haaland came because I'm not going to captain Kane against Saints, but I will captain Haaland against Bournemouth, so 1 transfer saved plus captain. Exactly. Every transfer is worth 4 points, guys. You just get 33 transfers this season. I mean, you have to be careful with them. You can't go on a spree of transfers every time one player bangs, It's like similar in the stock market, guys. You buy one stock and you see that the second stock which you were considering, it's gone up. You sell the stock which you own, you buy the second stock, and by the time you buy the second one, it falls down, and the first one which you owned, it goes up. So this is how the game of demand and supply, the game of greed and fear, it dictates your actions. You have to be wise, you have to be strong, and you have to be you have to trust your judgment as to why in the first place you went for a certain player, then you have to stay with them a little bit, Just can't keep chopping and changing a lot. Emil says Bailey and Zinchenko are better on NATO and Ben White. The thing with NATO and Ben White is that Ben White is not going to be playing at centre back. Ben White is going to be playing at right back. And William Saliba and Gabriel are going to be playing at centre back. Now, I don't know what's going to happen when Tomiyasu comes back, because Tomiyasu is Arsenal's first choice right back, right? So when Tomiyasu comes back, one out of William Saliba and Ben White has to go. So that'll be a decision. But at the start of the season, for the first 3-4 game weeks, I think you should be fine. If you want to go, also there's a risk involved with getting Leon Bailey, because if he doesn't perform in the first 1 or 2 game weeks, Gerrard can easily drop him as well. But if he does well, then obviously he's going to be a regular fixture. So there's risks in this. Bailey and Zinchenko. Bailey is a little bit of a risk, and NATO and Ben White. Ben White is not much of a risk, but later on when Tomiyasu becomes fit, then either Saliba or White is gonna have to be dropped. Neil says that is assuming both. That is true. We don't know who's gonna haul, my friend. We all are just speculating. The most important time to discuss FPL would be after game week 1, when we have the data to go along with our speculations. Let me have a drink of water, guys. Right. Matthias has a question for the deadline stream. Anytime, my friend. Anytime. Todd says, I can't bring myself to bring Haaland. Still feel burned from Timo Werner. You're not wrong, to be honest with you. Timo Werner came from Bundesliga with such a big bag of reputation and an expectation, but never expected him to be like Morata. But to be honest with you, Haaland, different material, Even if you saw that Community Shield, I know he missed a sitter, but I have a feeling that he could explode at Manchester City. He just has too much quality to not score or put away the chances that they're going to create for him. And remember, not every week they're going to play against Liverpool, who are one of the best pressing teams and one of the best defensive teams in the league. Kai Havertz, again, Raghav, I mentioned at the start of the video that I'm just not sure about Chelsea assets, which one gonna play, which one not gonna play, who to captain from Chelsea. It's just all up in the air at this moment, So the only player from Chelsea I'm gonna consider is Reece James, and that's about it. Maybe Mason Mount we can consider, but it's at that price point where you start thinking about the similar players as in Foden, Luis Diaz, Bukayo Saka, and also the fixtures are not favorable for Chelsea at the start, so you have to be careful. Can we go with Dele Alli for NATO? Dele's on penalties, he's their main striker. For him, you can definitely go with Dele Alli, that's not a problem, but he might be on penalties, but do you think Everton gonna get that many penalties? I mean, they don't have those dynamic players who gonna run into the box, run in behind. Richarlison was their talisman, they sold him. Dominic Calvert-Lewin was their main target man, and he's now injured. So while I agree with you, he's on penalties and he's their main striker, and if you want to go with him, I think you can. But I don't like their fixtures at the start of the season, and 2, I don't trust Everton, especially without Calvert-Lewin, and under Frank Lampard, I don't trust them. Pritain says, I don't have Salah, but I have Son, Kane, Jesus, Saka, and a premium defense with Alisson. What are your thoughts? Pritain, if you decided to go with no Salah, that is absolutely your own decision, and you kind of have to stick with that. But the kind of FPL manager I am, I like to play a bit conservative, and Salah's not going anywhere from my team anytime soon. So I couldn't even imagine to play FPL without Salah. That's the kind of manager I am. So it won't be fair for me to judge on the basis of my own psychology, but if you can make a very good team without having Salah, then I'd say why not? Nobody's essential in FPL, although we like to use this word a lot. Yeah, absolutely, Todd. You need to stick with your guns, bro. Don't get swayed by what we say. We don't know anything, we're just, everybody's speculating at the moment. Currently I have a mic, I'm saying my thoughts, but I don't know much about what's gonna happen in game week 1 either. The crystal ball has its limitations, bro. The attack is okay. Ings, Ronaldo, Jesus. I don't like that attack, Lillian. The thing is, Ings hasn't looked that sharp to me in preseason. Ronaldo doesn't even want to stay at Manchester United. Has a problem. Like Ten Hag said, he didn't like the way he left after the match against Rayo Vallecano. So a little bit concerned about Ronaldo, to be honest with you. I think you can make a better, striking partnership from the same budget. Thought is, I'm too much of a coward to go without Salah. You are a brave man. That is true. I have no qualms in saying that. I can't go without Salah. Salah is the first name on my team sheet. By the way, guys, I've answered a lot of your questions, and I am going to continue answering your questions. Let's now get to the part where we kind of do the tell you how to make your team, right? And how I follow the procedure of building my FPL team, and how not just me, most of the managers most of the managers select their team. I want to show you the price as well. So sorry guys, just give me a second. I'm trying to get it correct. I think this should work. All right. So guys, first of all, just when you remove all the players, you'll you have an empty template. First of all, guys, you have to decide which players are non-negotiables in your team. That will be the core of your team. Those players are the ones which are the atoms around which the electrons and are going to revolve. So you have to decide the nucleus of your team, the core of your team. So once you decide the nucleus, the electrons automatically gonna start revolving around the nucleus. So first, for me, as I told you, non-negotiable Salah. Second non-negotiable, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Third non-negotiable, Cancelo. Fourth, Jesus is not really a non-negotiable, but at this moment in time, there's nothing much that can be done. 74.6% ownership. Don't want to go against the EO at the start of the season. I mean, if Jesus was 10%, I would be the first person to grab him and put him in my team. But it's just the ownership is too scary. But remember, it's a double-edged sword. When the ownership is too high, then the price will fall very quickly. Once he doesn't perform and people start transferring out for somebody else, the price will fall quickly. Right. So this is about the core. Another player which I possibly want to go for is James, because now Azpilicueta has signed a long-term contract, or a two-year contract with Chelsea. He's going to be playing at right centre-back, so James is going to be at right wing-back. So see, this is how you make your core. These are the players that you definitely want for your team. For example, let us say I want Martinelli as well. some of you might want Saka, you know, but that's not the point. Here the point is to pick the players which you really want, right? So yeah. So this is the core of my team. Let us assume that this is the core of my team. You know, as my keeper, I want Ramsdale. So we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. You know, although Martinelli is not a part of non-negotiable, so let's just say 6 players, right? I've got 6 players which I want in my team, and I want Haaland as well. The only choice is between Haaland and Kane, and but I've already decided to go with Haaland. So right, this is the core of my team, kind of, right? These are the players which I really want, you know, I want to go with. So remember, the team which I'm making here is not going to be my final team. I'm just showing you how to build your FPL teams. Now the next thing to do, guys, is to select your enablers. Don't select the electrons, you know, select the enablers. Ward is a 4 million keeper who's going to play for Leicester City, Danny Ward, because Kasper Schmeichel is left, and so Ward is going to play. And if he's going to play, we put him in the team, right? But he's going to be on the bench since our playing keeper is Ramsdale. Second enabler which you can get in defense, as I already mentioned, Neco Williams, 4 million. Patterson from Everton, 4 million. Anybody you can get. You can take Patterson, 4 million. You can take Neco Williams. If you want to play 5 at the back, then that's also an option. You know, that in that case you can, there you go, put Robertson in the team, right? So for now, let's just put Neco Williams, right? So decide the cheapest players in every position which you want in your team. So 4 million keeper, 4 million defender, 4.5 million midfielder, Andreas Pereira. No problems here. I'm gonna start every game. He's taking set pieces, and just values 4.5 million. Very good for an enabler, right? And the last player, you can go for any 4.5 million striker. None of them are gonna play. It's not gonna make any difference. You can go with Archer. You can go with Greenwood. You can go with, you know, anybody you want. That's not gonna make a difference, right? So see, essentially, guys, we picked the core of our team. We picked the enablers, and how many players are left? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 25 million in the bank, and we've got 4 places to fill. You know, so just pick any player which you. Now you look at the budget, and now you look at which kind of players you want. Let us say I want just making a team here, guys, right? And not saying that this is. Let's say I want Saka. There you go, Saka. Let's say I want Leon Bailey. Here goes Bailey. Let's say I want Pedro Neto. Here's Neto. And now I've got 6.5 million left to select one defender. I can easily go with Diaz and have 0.5 million in the bank. You know, I can even go with keeper like Alisson. I can upgrade my my keeper, but I won't do it. I'm just showing you how you can pick your team, right? There's no good defenders at 6.5 million, so I have got 0.5 million in the bank. You know, this is also an option. Otherwise, I can move Saka for Martinelli. I got you know, I could remove Neto. I could get, you know, Mason Mount. I could get Luis Diaz. I'm just showing you how to build your team, guys. You know, not saying that this is my final team or anything. So this is essentially how you build your team, guys. Did I move the? Yeah, you can see my team now. Right, so this is how you build your team, right? You don't want Diaz, you can remove him, you can put whichever player you like. So essentially, You really need to fill 3 or 4 positions. Rest of the positions they're picking themselves. If you know the core of your team, if you know your enablers, then the rest of the team is going to be very easy to pick, right? Let us say I want to go with Robertson. I don't want to go with Luis Diaz, as I already discussed my tweet with you. I want to go with Robertson, right? Premium defenders, all of them. James, Luis Diaz, no, not Luis Diaz, sorry, Ruben Diaz. Right, now I've got 16 million to fill 3 positions. How easy is it? Right, Martinelli, Marcus Rashford is not affordable here, so it's gonna have to be Leon Bailey. Can't afford Neto. Yeah. Yeah, you see, this is how you kind of pick your team. No, kinda. Yeah. And Gabriel. I mean, I'm just showing you how to make your teams, guys. There you go. Right? So, you know, this you have to kind of sometimes adjust your teams, but you see, it's a pretty solid team right there, guys. 5 million can get you so many defenders. It can get you Trippier, it can get you so many others, you know. Kyle Walker, again, we discussed the upside. So you see, this is how you build your teams. Just follow the process. Don't make decisions that you don't have to. You know, I always give this example. The people in you know, important positions, they don't make unnecessary decisions. You know, they don't want to make unnecessary decisions. President Obama, you know, he wore the same colored tie or the shirt every day so that he won't have to spend his energy in deciding what color of clothes he wants to wear. You have to save your mind for the important decisions, guys, right? So pick your core, pick the enablers, and then the pieces are going to fall themselves. For example, I wanted Diaz and Ramsdale, wasn't working. I put Ederson and Gabriel, working, right? You don't like Gabriel, you can put Zinchenko, no problems. You know, that's your personal decision. But currently, you know, our team is, you know, Ramsdale and Diaz or Gabriel and Ederson, not much difference. Not, you know, similar kind of players. That's one. Let me read some comments, by the way. Just give me a second. Hope you can see the team, guys. Yeah, you can. Todd says, "With echo your sentiment, I must have Jesus with that high ownership." It's insanely high ownership, Todd. I'm not even sure I've seen a player with that high ownership at the start of the season ever before, and it's been a while since I've been playing FPL. Pushkar, your team is good. I don't see his team. Forum says Sterling will play as a striker. Will Mount Havertz behind him? Then let's go Sterling. We're not sure if Sterling is going to play as the striker. They could play with, you know, they could play 3-5-2 kind of with Kai Havertz and Sterling. I'm not even sure Timo Werner. Has Timo Werner already left on loan? I'm not even sure. I think Timo Werner is still there at Chelsea, right? Last I heard was Leipzig wanted to take him back on loan or something. Let me check the news. Timo Werner. Arsenal have been told to move for Timo Werner. What kind of a news is this? Leipzig confirmed Timo Werner interest, but deal is not closed. See, Timo Werner is still at Chelsea, so you can't say that Sterling's gonna play as the striker. I don't think so. It doesn't work like that, guys. You know. Where's Smelly Wabbit, says Todd. Todd, Smelly Wabbit messaged me on Twitter. He said he wasn't going to be able to make the stream, but he'll listen to the recording later on. The FPL league code is B12good, as mentioned by Todd. Nehal says, to be honest, with the Jesus ownership, you're rarely going to see a price rise, but easily price drops. Nehal, I agree with you, but I think Jesus, the way I've seen Arsenal set up in preseason, the way I've seen Jesus play, I think he's gonna get some goals. I think he's gonna score 10 to 15 goals this season. And the fixtures are kind for Arsenal. It's not like that all the games are difficult. Yes, the Crystal Palace game is tough. Yes, the Leicester game can be potentially tough. But I mean, it's not that they're playing Manchester City or Liverpool. So let's hope for the best. But to be honest with you guys, let me show you something. So just what you can do if you don't have Gabriel Jesus in your team. Let me show you. Then you're gonna. Let's put Heung-min Son in here. And if you don't have Gabriel Jesus, you can easily I'll save you. Yeah, so you've got 2 enabler strikers, but then you've got a premium draft with all playing players, and you could even upgrade to Perisic if need be. I mean, this gives you a lot of opportunities if you don't go with Jesus. But the thing is, guys, I personally would have gone for Jesus anyway, even if his ownership wasn't that high. But right now, I think we have to go with him. Haaland, NATO, Andreas. How do I have 3 million in the bank? What did I change? Oh yeah, Nico Williams. You see, premium draft is possible, but not for me. It's just not for me. Nihal says Timo is still there with Timo's there with Chelsea. Gon says, cheers, you're welcome, my friend. Nihal says, meaning you can't top the 75% when the price rises needs. Yeah, that is true. Nehal, I've tried everything, bro. I have nothing. I'm not going the premium way. It's just not the way I play FPL. And if Salah and Haaland are giving me enough opportunities, yes, one thing which you can think about and you can do is you can replace Haaland, and then you can get KDB. That option is definitely a viable one, because some people might not want to go with Haaland. Some people might want to go with De Bruyne. That is perfectly viable. You can captain De Bruyne and Salah in place of Salah and Haaland, and that is definitely an option which you can go with, right? So this I've tried this one, but personally, for me, I don't want to go with the De Bruyne. Rashford is one which I'm gonna think about very, very closely because of the fact that Martial is injured, Ronaldo's having problems. Why not go with Rashford? So that's something which I need to think about. But anyways, this is the only time when we are gonna click this make transfer button freely without having to worry, or maybe when you're on wildcard. But yeah, you see, again, the problem with this is gonna be which players to put out. I mean, Gabriel is gonna have to sit out. That is the reason I don't want to go with this kind of a formation. That's the reason initially the team which I had was a 4-4-2 with absolute enablers on the bench, which I didn't want to play. Here it gives you more of a headache. But anyways, that's not the point today. Is not to make a perfect team. The point is to teach you how to make a good team, guys. Todd says the Rats will be jumping off ship Jesus if he blanks in the first 2 weeks. Todd, honestly, I don't care if they jump off, but I think Jesus will score enough goals to bring people back to him. His price point is so attractive, 8 million, that people are definitely going to keep going back to Jesus. Even whenever he scores a couple of goals, people are going to go back and get him. It's just like it's just like a love-hate relationship that people build with certain players. So it's better to just leave them in your teams and see what goes from there. Pushkar says, join the league B1 too. Good, excited. We are excited to have you, Pushkraj, and hope you do well, my friend. Arsenal signed Tielemans. Wow, when did this happen? If Arsenal signed Tielemans, I would be really happy. Did Fabrizio tweet? No, Barcelona want Marcus. Let me open for you guys so you can this as well see. Just give me a second. Abhijit just sent me a DM. By the way, I should not be opening my DMs here on live stream, by the way. But I want to show you what Fabrizio has tweeted. Barcelona want Marcos Alonso. See, if Barcelona get Marcos Alonso, Chelsea will have a problem at left back. So that's the reason they want Cucurella, because I don't think Chilwell is ready to play a full season, especially after a long injury layoff. And Alonso wants to leave. Ricky Puig. I don't see any Yuri Tielemans announcement here, my friend. Yep. No Yuri Tielemans announcement as of now. By the way, guys, I would like to thank Fantasy Football Fix this season again. They're sponsoring our streams, and very kindly they're allowing us to kind of use their stats live on our streams. So thanks for that, for Fantasy Football Fix. If you want me to compare any players, just let me know, and I can compare them for you. Not an issue. And just let me see why the chat is not working. For some reason today the chat is acting up. See if I can fix it. Anyways, so if you want to me to compare any two players, guys, let me know, and you can, meanwhile, when I compare the players, you can check the features that Fantasy Football Fix has to offer as well. Just for an example, I'll compare. Let's compare Trent and Robo. You see how easy it is? It's just to compare the players. The points per game 6.5, 6.4. Not much difference between the two. Per 90 minutes was gonna be very interesting. Goals. Robertson had more goals than Trent. Expected goals same, but all the other things, Trent is just irresistible. Shots on target, shots in the box, goal assists, expected assists, attempted assists, big chances created. There's no stopping Trent Alexander-Arnold. Although you can see in terms of FPL per game, per 90 minutes, Robertson had a slight edge, 6.60 as compared to 6.5. Expected points were obviously more for Trent, but the real points he got were less. So yeah. So this is how you can compare players. You can see their heat maps. You can see where they've taken their shots from. Look where Trent takes his shots from. So speculative, outside the box every time. Look where Robertson is scoring his goals from here. Trent scored his goals from here, from free kick. One from free kick. The second was such a shot from such a huge distance. with a very small XG, 0.02. This goal had an XG of 0.05. Robertson's goals had an XG of 0.6, 0.3, 0.4. And even in the Community Shield, if you watched the game, guys, you could see how far advanced Robertson was playing, right? So this is how this fantasy football fix can help you kind of make your decisions easier. Todd says, I find Fantasy Football Fix to be very helpful. Glad they're sponsoring you again. Thank you so much, Todd. I really do find those people to be pleasant and the website, they're improving every year. They're adding these elite team reveals, which I'm not sure I'm supposed to be showing you here, but they have a lot of different amazing people, like which have joined the team fix, and they show their teams every week. For example, let me show you one. Dan Bennett, look how many top 10k finishes he has, look how many top 5k finishes he has, and here we can have a look at his team. These are the the real legends of the game kind of FPL. So he's gone with Arnold, James, Cancelo, Perisic, Neto, Diaz, Salah, Martinelli, Jesus, Kane. See, he's gone with Kane. We've been talking up Haaland all this while, and this legend of the game, Dan, has got so many top 10k, so many top 5k finishes, gone with Kane. So these features can help you every week. You can see their teams, you can study, you can compare players, and do lots more things here, guys. So this is not a plug for you to take membership. I'm not even written my discount code in the description, but just wanted to tell you and thank the Fix guys for giving me the opportunity to use their stats on the live stream, guys. That's all I wanted to show you here. Going back to the team. Nehal says, can you compare Saka and Martinelli? Why not, Nehal? That's all we're here for, right? I told you today's stream is not time bound. I'm gonna be here with you because I've not streamed for a long time. But today, let's do it. Saka and Martinelli. Points per game. Obviously, Saka's got more. Starts are the problem with Martinelli last season. This season, I think Emil Smith-Rowe is injured, so he'll play much more. Look at the shots of Saka and Martinelli. See, Saka takes a vast majority of his shots from outside the box here. Martinelli, look his XG. Wow, that was a penalty, but this very good XG. I mean, Saka obviously is had more shots, but Martinelli's positioning of the shots is, the spread of shots is much closer to the goalkeeper as compared to Saka. Average position, let's see. Yeah, they're almost same. Martinelli on the left and Saka on the right. They almost play the same advanced positions. Assists, I don't think we need. So yeah, per 90 minutes. Let's compare their stats over 90 minutes. Goals, Saka dominates slightly, not much. Saka scored 0.33 per 90 minutes, Martinelli 0.29. So essentially, both Saka and Martinelli scored 1 goal in 3 games. That's the essential logic. Expected goals, Martinelli's got more. Shots, Saka takes more. Shots on target again more for Saka. Shots in the box, almost same. Goal assists, similar. Expected assists, again similar. Attempted assists, Saka's got more because he takes corners and sometimes takes free kicks as well. So yeah, essentially, stats wise, I think Saka dominates Martinelli, but it's not fair to compare Saka with Martinelli in the last season, because last season Martinelli was in and out of the team and Saka was the talisman of Arsenal. This season I think it's going to be different. This guy's got talent, lots of talent. So I think he's gonna surprise a few people this season. Shivam says, hello sir, renewed team. Shivam, you're very fast. You made a new team, my friend. Let's read your team then. Ramsdale, Forster. Um, um, just Shivam, for the 4 million goalkeeper, I think you should go with Ward. You know, don't get Forster. Go with Ward. At least he has a chance to play. You can play him in one of the easier games if need be. Cancelo, Westergaard. Westergaard, not really interested in, bro. James is fine. Perisic. Where's Trent, bro? You dropped Trent. Salah, Bruno, Zaha, Neto, Almiron, bro. I'm not. The thing is, I don't want to tell you to make your team more like my team, but the thing is, this team is like, for example, Bruno's not even doesn't even have good fixtures to start the season. Let me show you. Wait a second here. Yeah, you see Manchester United's fixtures here. Brighton, Brentford, Liverpool, Southampton, Leicester. I mean, there's no newly promoted teams, nothing. There's tough teams. I mean, Brentford away is tough. Brighton is tough. Liverpool, you already know. So why to go with Bruno? I wouldn't go with Bruno. So in my opinion, Shivam, do you see my team? Did you see my team? Did you see the way I built my team? First I built the core, then I put in the enablers, and then I managed the rest of the positions. That's how to make a team. I think if you go that way, I think you'll have a better team. Hopefully by tomorrow you should have a good team, bro. Ashish says, I'm confused between these two. Ashish, which two are you confused between? Saka and Martinelli? If you have extra 2 million, then go for Saka. There's nothing to be confused about. The only reason to go with Martinelli is he's 2 million cheaper and he's gonna start all the games because Emil Smith-Rowe is injured and there's nobody else to play on the left wing. Maybe they can put Pepe in there, but otherwise there's not many people to play on the left wing. So Martinelli is gonna start all the games. So is Saka. Kane plus KDB, Son plus Haaland. Such difficult one. Shivam says, yes sir, I saw the video, more revisions, thank you for the review. Shivam, no problem my friend, you're always welcome. I hope you get to a brilliant team by tomorrow. That's all I hope for. Ashish, that's such a difficult one actually. Son, KDB, Haaland. Let's go to Fix. Let's see what Fix has to say about your question. Let's ask them. Let's not make any speculations here. Alright. Predictions. Let's go. Game week 1 to 8. Projected points. Son 44. De Bruyne 51. Haaland 49. Kane 40. So it's like 51 for the 92. 92 points for Kane and De Bruyne. And 93.6 for Haaland and Son. See, again, there's not much to choose between them, but if I had to choose between those two, I'd go for Kane and De Bruyne. Because you still have the chance to captain a City player, and they've both been playing in the Premier League. They're both gonna do well, presumably, You can go with the Kane and De Bruyne out of those two. Very difficult one. No right answers, technically speaking. Both are good. So guys, the questions have dried up, which I think I always take it as a good sign that there you go, guys. I want to show you here one more thing. Give me a second here. I want to show you that we have an update from Fabrizio Romano about Cucurella, guys. The best 5 million defender in the game can be Cucurella. Guys, Chelsea. He's in London for the medicals. Although Brighton tweeted that there's no agreement with Chelsea or whatever, but I think this deal is gonna be completed. It always feels much better when Todd agrees with me. So he says Kane and KDB. It makes me feel better. By the way, Todd, I made a new emoji for you guys. I'd love it if you used it. No FOMO, guys. This is gonna be the theme this season. No FOMO, guys. You make a decision and you stick with your decisions this season. You're gonna be relaxed and chilled. So yeah, Cucurella going to Chelsea, 5 million defender, very, very desirable. Attacking, can play left centre back as suggested by Nehal today during the chat, and obviously gonna play left wing back because they already have, they already have Azpilicueta signing their new contract. So it's absolutely cool. Right, let's go back. Not here. Not here. I don't want you to see other people's drafts to confuse you even further. Right, let's go and compare the agenda. So I talked to you about Game Week 1 to Game Week 8 fixtures. I talked to you about captaincy from Game Week 1 to Game Week 8. I talked about the core of the team. I talked about the best enablers. I think the agenda or the induction initiation agenda is complete. I addressed most of the points. Let me go back to showing you my team. Todd has used the emoji finally. Cucurella has so much hair. That is true. Chelsea spent 50 million for a left wing back and they get all the hair for free, Todd. That's something you get for spending 50 million, right? Xpro Game said, hey, I wanted to ask Robertson and NATO or Johnny and an 8 million midfielder. Robertson and NATO, my friend. Not even, I think any 8 million midfielder, which you'll select, maybe Saka could be the one, Mason Mount, Phil Foden, I'm not sure if he starts, but I think Robertson and NATO both nailed on would be my choice, definitely. Yeah. So, guys, it's just about less than 22 hours left for the deadline stream tomorrow. GW1 is here. Hey GW1, I hope you're fine, my friend. Guys, GW1 did really well last season. He's been a regular on our streams. He's been a regular on our Discord, and he did really well last season. And now when I talk to him more and more during the chats, I see that it was no coincidence. You know, this guy is so good with his stats, with his predictions, and with his analysis, which actually hammers home the point that no success comes without, hard work. It's just the tip of the iceberg. The success which you see at the end, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Nobody sees the hard work that goes into achieving that success. And talking to GW1 has just made it more clear to me. Welcome, GW1. I hope you're doing well. I actually have discussed most of the things that I had to discuss. I was just about to kind of, wait and see if anybody had any more questions, because I'm streaming after such a long time. I wanted to give everybody the chance to kind of ask their dilemmas and doubts, because today is much more chilled, relaxed stream. Tomorrow you might not get the chance, guys, because it's just frenetic. It's frantic. It's absolutely crazy. And sometimes, as Todd would say, I have the tendency to turn into a tenor as well. You're welcome. You're welcome, GW1. And really, I wish you all the best for this season as well, my friend. So, guys, I think we've addressed most of the things that we needed to address for tomorrow. See, for my team, I have a couple of decisions to make, which I'll let you know right now. And obviously, I'll reveal my team tomorrow on the deadline stream. So, for all of you who are watching, guys, do join me tomorrow, 1 hour before the deadline. I'm gonna be streaming every week without fail. We're gonna be streaming here live, answering all your questions, answering the dilemmas. Roland says, Todd says no drama today, but bass voice only. Absolutely. I like it this way, innit? Roland says the James pick is a bit suspect for me. Has it been confirmed he'd play? Absolutely confirmed. The thing is, Roland, if Azpilicueta signs a 2-year deal with Chelsea, what does it mean? Azpilicueta plays right centre back. He's just signed a 2-year deal, extended his contract with Chelsea for 2 years. It means that Tuchel wants to play James at right wing back, because now at centre back they've got Azpilicueta, they've got Koulibaly, they've got Thiago Silva, they've got Shaloba, they've got Malang Sarr. You know, they've got lots of options in that centre back area now, and even right centre back can be played by Shaloba and Azpilicueta. So in my opinion, Tuchel would not want to waste the attacking capabilities of Reece James in the right centre back position, and will play him at right wing back for sure, because now he has a lot of options. Earlier, if Azpilicueta had gone to Barcelona, had not signed the contract extension, then you could have said that Reece James was not certain to play right wing back. Now I feel that he will play RCB, our right wing back, and Azpilicueta will help him with that. That's just my my opinion. That's just what I think. Best 4.5 million defender other than Delo, Lewis Dunk for me. I really like Lewis Dunk at 4.5 million, my friend. Forum says Dele Alli for NATO. Dele is on pens and is the main striker. I'm not even sure who's on penalties for Wolves. It could be NATO as well. It could be Podence, but I think it could be NATO as well, because Jimenez is injured. Ruben Neves, I think, is on penalties, right? I might be wrong, but I think he's the one who takes penalties for them. Ruben Neves, so yeah. So, I mean, you want to go for Dele Alli, fine. Let's just forum, because you've mentioned Dele Alli so many times. Let's just check their fixtures once, right? Let's see what kind of fixtures they have. Where's Everton? There. Chelsea at home. Aston Villa away. Yeah, this is fine. Nottingham Forest at home. Brentford away is not an easy game. Leeds away, that's fine. Liverpool home. Arsenal away. Forum, honestly, I would still go with, look at NATO's fixtures. Leeds away, Fulham home, right? Then he's got Tottenham away, then he has Newcastle home, Bournemouth away. So 1, 2, 3, right? 3 red fixtures. Everton's got 1, 2, 3, but then they've got Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, Tottenham. See, the thing is, 1 Leeds, Fulham, Bournemouth, Southampton, Newcastle, and Everton has got Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, Brentford, Leeds. Yeah, I mean, the fixtures, there's not much to separate them. On the basis of teams, I can tell you, Everton have not looked good in pre-season, and they haven't signed well. The players which they've signed, I haven't liked them too much, So they might have a better defense, Everton, but I think in offense, after selling Richarlison, they will struggle to create opportunities. So that's the reason for me it's hard to suggest you to get Dele Alli. If I was you, I would go with Pedro Neto. Ashish says, we'll be waiting for your stream tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Ashish. I definitely would love to have you on the stream tomorrow, my friend. Roland said, "Thank you very much. I was concerned because last season he played right centre back even when Aspilicueta was around. Aspi played right wing back, but I'm happy for the clarification I'm getting, James. Roland, see, Aspilicueta can play right wing back as well, but when Aspilicueta was on right wing back, then Chaloba was on right centre back, not James. There has not been an instance. There has not been an instance where James has played right centre back and Aspilicueta has played right wing back. I haven't seen that. The only time Aspilicueta plays right wing back is when Chaloba is at right centre back. So I think you should be rest assured that if Aspilicueta plays at right centre back, then Reece James is going to be unleashed at the right wing back position. He can to start the season 1 or 2 games, maybe if their defenders are not ready, he can start at right centre back, but over the long season or over the first 8 game weeks, I think Reece James should be back to his preferred position, especially if Chelsea are signing Cucurella now. Then they've got players for every position. Every position they've got players for. Forum says, I believe you're right with NATO, but thank you for your clarification and opinion. We'll join you again soon. I would love to have you on the stream, Forum. Thank you so much for joining today. No worries, Roland. You're welcome, my friend. Right, guys. I think we've done a lot of the questions. We've cleared up most of the doubts that were there. I know there's gonna be some more things, some more questions, but tomorrow I will try to keep the deadline stream more, maybe around 1 hour 15 minutes, guys, and let's see how long I can keep it. But however long it is, I'm gonna try to answer all your questions. So don't worry if you. If your question wasn't answered today, or if you after the stream you get a question in your mind, just note it down, tweet me the question, I'll answer on Twitter. If not, then just join the deadline stream and let's all have fun and rock and roll tomorrow as well. Todd says, listen, I have Sanchez as my keeper, so I prefer Pontus Jansson. He's the Brentford captain, so he's nailed. To be honest with you, Todd, if you get a 4.5 million defender, you're not going to be playing him in every game week, right? So if you can get a defender from Brighton starting game week 3, I think it's a really good option. Let me show you why I say this, right? I want to show you the Brighton fixtures. I think people are just ignoring them for the fact they have a starting fixtures are not that good. See, Leeds home, Fulham away, Bournemouth home. Look at these 3 fixtures here, right? Even Crystal Palace at home, because Crystal Palace are away from home and at home at Selhurst Park, they're different. So look at these fixtures from 4 to 8. I really like them. Leeds, Fulham, Leicester, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace. So I think Lewis Dunk can be really, really value for money. I'm not sure about Tariq Lamptey. Although Lamptey, when he plays, is good, but he's just always injured. He's also 4.5 million, but he's just always injured. These fast players have this problem, always injured, right? But if you ask me, I like Lewis Dunk a lot. And you see, if Wesley Fofana joins Chelsea, 4.5 million Chelsea centre back, you can do that as well. Lillian says Ronaldo, Jesus and Ings. In my opinion, I would not go with the Ronaldo and Ings, my friend. I think you need to reconsider. Ronaldo doesn't even want to be at United. You really think you want to go with Ronaldo? That's totally up to you, bro. Not for me. Alright, guys. So I hope it was a very long stream. It was over 2 hours. It's around 2.5 hours that I've been streaming, and my throat is kind of I need some rest right now, so I'm gonna end the stream now. And please, if you haven't joined the league code is B12GUD, B12GUD. And guys, if you would like to support the channel more, you can consider becoming a member. It's like for the price of a coffee, you can become a member of the channel and help support what we do here. And please, whenever you get time, be here. We are always here 1 hour before the deadline, streaming and clearing your doubts, whatever we can do best. And now, before I leave, I want to tell you the music which you're gonna hear next is one which I made myself on FL Studio. And so I hope you enjoy the music. It's a nice, relaxed, chilled lo-fi beat made exclusively by FPL Wizard. So enjoy the music, and I will see you tomorrow for the deadline stream, guys. Till then, take care, have fun tinkering with your FPL teams, and tomorrow by this time, Premier League shall be back. See you guys. Take care. Bye.